All right, you know what it's like to fail. You know how bitter it tastes, how unpleasant it is. It's just not fun. It's terrible. And we all just crave inside of us to perform better and to do better. What if there was a simple way to improve your performance? Wouldn't you do it even if it was simple? Well, I'm Dr. Nate, and I'm here to help you do those simple things to help increase your performance in all aspects of your life. Now, here's what I mean by a simple solution. The other day, my eye was irritated until I took out the eyelash. Now, I know that sounds dumb, and I know it's not like rocket science or anything like that. But frequently, if we can just remove whatever it is that is interfering, then naturally things will rise up. Think of it like a computer virus. If you have a computer virus on your computer, you take the computer virus out, then the computer is going to do what it's supposed to do. With us and our performance, if we can remove those things that are causing interference, and I'm not talking outside of us, I'm talking inside of us. If we can remove that interference, then naturally our performance is going to bump up. It's just what we do. And so here's the thing. Most of our problems come down to the way your brains have been programmed to respond to situations. This happens because your limbic system, like kind of the basic, most primordial part of your brain, pushes a really safe way to react to the world. It is a fight or flight mechanism. And so when you're put in a situation that you find stressful, it will pump these hormones and thought patterns and whatever to have it full of fear. And if we can remove some of these thought patterns that are subtractive, then we can perform well. It'll just bump up. And then we can start supercharging things, but that's a discussion for another day that we'll have. So let's talk about your brain, and let's talk about how we interact with your brain. So your brain is like any other organ. It just does its job. Your heart pumps blood, your stomach processes food, and your brain thinks thoughts. These thoughts, far too frequently, we think, oh, that's who I am, these thoughts right here. But you're no more your thoughts than you are the raspberry jam toast that's getting processed in your belly. That's just part of what's going on. Now, your brain has two kinds of thoughts: consciously created thoughts and automatically generated thoughts. Now, believe it or not, the automatically generated thoughts are way more common in our day-to-day life. Your automatically generated thoughts usually hit on two categories. One, they are either just a running narrative on the world. They're always just commenting on what's going on in the world. Look, a tree, or I don't like this, I like this. And it's always going on. And it's useless because obviously you can see there's a tree there without a voice saying there's a tree. And obviously you can be like, I don't like this bitter taste without it saying, I don't like this bitter taste. Or it's cold, we should go inside. You don't need any of those things, but it doesn't stop your brain from saying those things. Okay? It does that so you have a greater sense of control and safety because so much seems out of your control. The automatically generated thoughts also just sometimes throw out random thoughts. Okay? They're not you. They're just automatically generated things. And you don't remember the large majority of these random thoughts. But every once in a while, these random thoughts will hit on something that, due to the unique nature of how your particular brain is wired together, it will pop something off, and you'll have this cascade of hormone and emotion and reaction to that. Sometimes it's pleasant, like a pleasant memory and a pleasant hormonal reaction there, a pleasant emotional reaction. But as a species, we have a strong negativity bias. And so frequently, this random thought will trigger a cascade of emotion that has anxiety, fear, worry, doubt, anger, comparison, whatever. But the point is that when these reactions are negative and they feel unpleasant, our immediate reaction is to fight them or to run away from them. And so the more reaction we get, your brain doesn't really care whether it's a positive a reaction or a negative reaction. It likes the fact that this got a reaction. So it will pump it more, will resist more. And what we're doing is we're just creating neural pathways of worry, anxiety, fear, doubt. And it just creates this state where our performance goes down and down, whatever we're doing. In other words, we get worse at what we're doing. So what can we do about this? Because it just happens. It's not your fault. It just is. Well, the first step is just to figure out what is going on there. Is just to be aware of what's going on in your head. Is just to watch your thoughts kind of almost like they're a separate person. Think of it like you're having a roommate live with you. You've lived with them for so long, you don't even realize what they're doing most of the time. But I just want you to watch what's going on. I think as you become aware, you're going to be like, dang, this dude's crazy. Like once, dude, I have this roommate. I come home, this is years and years ago, but I come home and he is like in a kitchen chair, leaning back, towel around his face, and his girlfriend is shaving his face using our kitchen pots and pans. I was like, where am I? What is going on here? That's the thing. Your thoughts are similar to this. They are not you. But your first step is going to be just to watch these thoughts. Don't try and fix them. Don't fight them. Don't run away from them. Just see what's going on in there. And as you watch them, we're going to be able to take some of the next steps to be able to remove these viruses, to remove these thoughts, remove these tendencies that are subtractive, and be able to let you perform at a greater ability, rise to your potential, if you will. So your job this week is simply to watch. See what's going on and notice it. It's going to be a simple solution. You can even be still just right now and see what's going on in your head. And that voice that says, there's nothing going on in my head, that's what I'm talking about. There's something going on there. So just become more aware of what's happening, and it'll take you on the next step of your journey to elevate your game, to remove these computer viruses, and to live up to your potential. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next time.